Have you ever wanted to impress friends when they come over for cocktails? Well, stay tuned because we have 3 cocktail recipes that'll dazzle anyone that steps through into your home bar. Welcome to Cocktail Limelight. I'm your host, Eric Castro, and I'm pleased to introduce to you a good friend of mine and former co-worker, Andrew Gallardi, the founder of Progressive Pours.
How's everyone doing?
So for those of you out there that don't know, Progressive Pours is actually a craft cocktail catering company that Andrew started up. So Andrew, tell me, what does that entail? What do you mean by craft cocktail catering?
For one, we have a mobile bar, something similar to this actually, where it's not just a fold-out table. You got a legit wooden bar top, metal workstation, talking rinsers, and of course craft cocktail ingredients, fresh squeezed citrus, handmade syrups, as best as possible staying away from the store-bought, pre-bottled stuff.
All that
Yeah.
pre-bottled, shelf-stable garbage. Anyway, brother, so, the experience you have, making craft cocktails en masse, in volume for tons of people, whether it's at a wedding, a birthday party, quinceañera, whatever, right? You must have some cocktails up your sleeve that you love to recommend to people, when they're entertaining in their homes.
Thank you. Yes, I appreciate that. And of course, when you're entertaining at home, I think what I've learned most is keep it simple, no need to make it complicated, and make it just a solid, good drink.
Make it slap, baby.
Make it slap.
So, all right, you have 3 of your favorite cocktails. We're about to tackle them now. What's the first one that you have in store for us?
The first one we'll bring up is an old-fashioned variation. This is the Fancy Free. Really straightforward. You still have Angostura bitters, just like your classic old-fashioned. A couple dashes there. We are gonna add orange bitters as well. Give it a nice citrusy flavor. So instead of simple syrup, we're gonna substitute Luxardo. It's a cherry liqueur. Super sweet stuff. We'll do a ½ ounce. So no need to add any simple syrup besides that. And then of course, it's not old-fashioned without some whiskey, am I right? Nice healthy pour, 2 ounces.
And then that was the bourbon?
Correct, bourbon. Today we're gonna be using this fancy cube.
But man, there's something about that clear cube.
It's cool.
It just dazzles people, man. It just looks so much cooler.
These ice cubes are awesome. If you really wanna entertain folks at home and get the people going, this is how you do it.
Something about a clear cube just drives people nuts. Okay, so right here, just to recap, you did 2 dashes Angostura, 1 dash orange bitters, ½ ounce maraschino liqueur,
Correct.
2 ounces of bourbon, and how are you gonna finish this bad dog off?
Well, we gotta finish it off with a nice zest. We're gonna do an orange zest today. By the way, guys, be careful with these. No need to cut a finger off. No one needs any blood and skin in their drinks.
It's about moving with intent, not necessarily moving with speed. The speed will come. Just get the form down good first. Your
And
fingertips will thank you.
there you have it. You're fancy free.
I'm a big believer that I gotta give everything the taste test. Ooh.
Any bourbon old fashions I think people really love, and this is a solid choice for you to have.
What are we gonna do next? Maybe let's do something citrusy, something refreshing for the people who
Yeah.
aren't necessarily into the stirred cocktails.
Something citrusy and always a banger is the margaritas. The one we like to do is the Tommy margarita. Simply fresh squeezed lime juice, agave syrup, and tequila.
Can't lose with that combination,
Can't
brother.
lose. They're tasty. And the funny thing is, you're taking ingredients out. You're not doing sweet and sour mix. You're not doing orange cordial. It's just down to the basics.
Let's make one, my friend.
We'll start, we pre-squoze some lime juice here. We're gonna do 3/4 of an ounce. And
Fresh lime, can't beat it.
can't beat it. We do have some agave syrup here, another 3/4 of an ounce.
It's for agave syrup, you're just taking agave nectar and kind of with a little bit of hot water.
Precisely. All right, next we got our tequila. I recommend Blanco.
I prefer Blanco in my margaritas as well.
Some folks do like Reposado. Again, this is your party, do what you want. All right, we'll move on to an ice scoop here.
And is it okay if I chime in with something here?
Yeah.
I'm gonna talk about ice cubes, right? So
love
right
talking
now
ice
we're
cubes.
using big, like these big chunky, like,
Yeah.
1 1/4 inch by 1 1/4 inch solid cold draft cubes. When I'm shaking with cold draft, I use a technique called dirty dumping, and I actually serve the margarita over the same ice cubes that I shook with.
Yeah, totally. It holds the cold very well. And again, we are entertaining at home. We may not have a huge freezer full of ice in the back. So save your ice. Don't shake and throw it out. Shake it and keep it. A little bit of salt rim here.
I'm an advocate of the salt rim.
It's a necessary flavor for the margarita. You need that saltiness with the citrusy, with the...
And you're replacing electrolytes, so in a way, it's kind of become an energy drink.
Exactly. All right.
And in regards to the salted rim, I like the way you did it. You did half of the rim, so that in case people like it, you know, they can taste it as they go, or if they prefer it without the salt, or without tasting it, they can just sip from the other side.
Exactly. You know, as a bartender, sometimes when you're rocking drinks, you don't always get the chance to ask, do you want salt or not?
Especially, I imagine, like, you know, at a catering party.
Exactly. And when you are serving margaritas, people sometimes expect it already, but sometimes people don't want it. So that's what's nice about the half rim. It kind of pleases everyone.
Speaking of pleasing everyone, see if this passes muster.
Hold on. We need that garnish.
Oh, it's lovely. That's lovely. All right, the Tommy's margarita. And that was 2 ounce tequila, 3/4 ounce lime, 3/4 ounce agave syrup.
Correct.
Shake, dump. All right, so that's 2 cocktails down. You were saying something about a third? What do you got in store for us?
Yes, sir. We got the Monte Carlo today. This is an awesome rye whiskey cocktail, very stirred and direct. We're gonna be starting off with some Angostura bitters for this. 2 dashes of those. We're going to be moving to our Benedictine. This is a French herbal liqueur, nice half ounce for that.
I love Benedictine. I really like mixing with it in regards to cocktails because it almost has like a cola-like flavor to it.
There's a little
like
sarsaparilla going on in there.
Coca-Cola type of thing.
And this is almost very, in a sense, similar to sweet vermouth.
Yeah.
Moving on to our rye whiskey, a nice 2 ounce pour. All right, we got a nice healthy pour of ice in there. We'll give it a stir. Oh yeah.
Give it a little wiggle, a little shake.
Just a little 1, 2.
Yeah, get everything out of there.
And we'll finish it off with a nice twist. Again, we'll be using an orange. There you have it, your Monte Carlo.
I like the 3 drinks that you put out because, you know, you have a little something for everybody. You know, you have a cocktail served up with rye, cocktail served over the rocks with bourbon, and then you have some over ice that's shaken, refreshing for a hot day. So it's like you kind of scratch all the itches with what you served up today.
Most definitely. Again, they're very simple, very straightforward. These ingredients are easy to attain. You can find all these ingredients at Bevmo or your local liquor provider. And they're just solid. They're classic cocktails. They've been around for years. They're not going anywhere, and I love celebrating them by enjoying them.
And you know, they're all also really easy to batch if somebody wanted to make them in advance.
Most definitely.
You know, which is perfect for, you know, having people over when you're partying, having a good old time in the festivities.
Most definitely.
All right, Andrew, I know you're a busy dude, so I want to say thank you so much for taking the time to hang out with us, to hang out with all of our Cocktail Limelight viewers and share a little bit of your advice and expertise in regards to cocktails. If somebody wanted to hit you up, had any questions, want to learn more about you, wanted to ask you about, you know, some cocktail catering tips, what's the best place for them to find you?
Awesome. My website, progressivepours.com. You can find me on Instagram at progressivepours, and I think that'd be the best way to get a hold of me. And if you got my number, holler.
Well, that wraps up today's episode, but I want to say thank you so much to all of you for tuning in. And if you want to dive deeper into the world of cocktails, be sure to check out the award-winning cocktail podcast, Bartender at Large, which I host as well. And if there's any cocktails that you would like us to tackle in a future episode of Cocktail Limelight, go ahead and leave it in the comments below, and maybe it'll be featured on a future episode. With that said, thank y'all so much for tuning in. And also, don't forget to muddle that subscribe button, and we will see you again next week.